Hey brawlers! Today, we are going to discuss something very important. With the current meta of 3-shot assault rifles and really good snipers, feels like it's more beneficial for players to play a little passive and hold angles in order to win the match. The recent QQ9 buff made everyone feel good, as after a long time, we finally have something new and fresh and not just Man-O-War and Locust spammers. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against the players using those guns, it's just that the game is being stale from quite a while now. There's a complete overhaul coming to almost all the guns in every class in the next season in the name of balancing changes. Which is basically, Call of Duty Mobile telling us that the new meta is going to favor the aggressive players more, and not just that, but also that the passive and tactical players can also perform admirably good, which is how it should have been all along. Being tactical means a hybrid between passive and aggressive playstyle, and it's a much better way to play the game in my opinion. So today, we're going to discuss some tips and tricks on how to play aggressive. From loadouts and settings, to game sense and how one of the thing which is considered a problem or issue in the game can actually be used in our favor and help us win more gunfights. Make sure to turn on notifications if you don't want to miss out on more of such upcoming videos. Drop a like if you want to see more of such content. I'm setting a goal of 50 likes on this video. Now, without any further ado, let's jump right in the video. I have broken down the video in several sections, and timestamps are available in description as well, so you can skip to the part you want to see, but I would suggest you watch the full video as I have tried to keep it short, simple and to the point. Settings. First thing first, you need to be comfortable with your sensitivity values. Higher or lower won't matter much if you are comfortable and good with those values. Secondly, we need to increase our field of view, commonly known as FOV. Why increase? Since we won't be taking long-range gunfights very often, and a higher FOV will allow us to see enemies beyond our reach if we would be using lower FOV instead, giving us more of the visual information to act accordingly. Gunsmith builds. For our builds, we are looking for higher mobility weapons with high fire rate. We aren't aiming to be extremely accurate, that's why the guns with high fire rate will be more forgiving, as we will miss shots while we're doing all kinds of sliding and bunny hopping etc. to avoid enemy shots. We would also want to have faster ADS speed so we can react as soon as we spot an enemy. Another thing we want is good movement speed, as we will be moving around the map a lot and we want to move in and out of the gunfights faster, or to run back to a cover when faced against multiple enemies. Here are some guns with their gunsmith builds you may want to try for rushing. The QQ9, the QXR, the Fennec, the AS Val, the Type 25, the HVK30, the Peacekeeper MK2, and the ASM10. Or you can use any other guns which you feel comfortable with and whichever works for you. Loadout. For the full loadout, we need to be off the radar of the enemy team, i.e. off their minimaps as long as possible. Killing them off their locations is going to help our team get the map control quickly and easily and hence win the match. Having said this, for our secondary weapon, I suggest you use a pistol. Here's the gunsmith build I prefer using on my Deagle or 50GS. If you want to use the Akimbo Deagle, which by the way I won't encourage using, here's the build I would suggest. Using pistols is the smarter choice, as it's faster to switch to your pistol than wait for the reload to complete on your primary weapon. Melee weapons can also be used, so choose whichever you prefer. Moving to perks, for the red one, I would suggest lightweight as it grants us 10% faster sprinting speed, which makes it the best choice for rushing. For the green perk, I would primarily opt for ghost as it hides us from enemy UAV, but if you are feeling edgy, the quick fix can be used as well, as it starts healing you almost instantly after getting a kill. If you are annoyed of the shock RCs or hate getting killed by enemy score streaks, then cold-blooded can be used as well. For the blue perk, we can use dead silence, no need to explain why. Or high alert as it tell you if an enemy spots you from outside of your view area. Moving over to lethal, we're going for either the thermite or Molotov. And yes, we won't use them primarily instead of our guns, okay? We'll just use them for area denials. By that, I mean getting rid of someone blocking our way or hiding behind a head glitch. For our tactical equipment, we'll use smoke grenade to block enemies' vision or to cover large empty space on the firing lane. This will allow us to move around without being seen, plus the sound of smoke covers our footsteps sound. For our operator skill, you can choose anything you feel comfortable using. For me, I use Annihilator or Gravity Spikes. War Machine is also a good choice. You can use any character skin as the hitboxes are same for both male and female characters and choosing one over the other won't make any noticeable difference. Score streaks. It's a no-brainer that we're going to die a lot of the times, so it's best if we use lower score streaks which aren't match turning but helps you gather more information over the map and helps you out in sticky situations. UAV, Shock RC, Hunter Killer Drone, and Counter UAV should be your main choices. Covers and lanes. Looking at the map designs in Call of Duty Mobile, it's not a huge surprise that almost every competitive map or any map in general follows a 3 lanes blueprint. What I mean by that is, there's always a middle lane and 2 side lanes. So you should avoid rushing aimlessly through the middle lane as it's the main firing lane for most players. Also, always be aware of your surroundings, and try to locate a cover to hide or avoid straight enemy shots or to rush back to after killing one of the enemies. Usually, most of the players try to focus on the objectives, so your main goal should be taking advantage of their focus and catch them off guard or get behind them as fast as possible through the side lanes. Moving continuously around the map disrupts enemy spawns and traffic as well. What I mean by this is that the enemy spawns will keep switching from one side to other and they won't be able to get the map control. This will help your teammates to capture the objectives while you are annoying and slaying the enemies. Game sense. One of the most asked things among the players is, how to gain game sense. See, this isn't something you can buy from the credit store or learn in a matter of days. Pro players takes the information from the match stats and their surroundings and process it at a lower reaction time, which makes them understand how an enemy will behave and hence predict their moves and get them by surprise. There are a lot of aspects to game sense, and some of them cannot even be explained. You achieve them over time with your experience. Though, I'll still talk about the 3 major aspects. First one is map knowledge. Pro players have played a lot of ranked matches and scrims over different maps and in different modes, so they develop a sense of what to expect from enemy teams in certain modes on certain maps. Another thing you can take info from is your minimap. It is one of the most overlooked and underutilized things in the game. If you are living under a rock this whole time and somehow don't know about it, you can tap on it and view the full map and enemy locations if you or any of your teammates used a UAV, granting you more information on where to expect enemies from and where to move on the map. The last thing I want to highlight is the kill feed. For this, I'm gonna give you an example. Suppose 2 players of your team went to the 2 side lanes of the map to hold back the enemy team from entering your side of the map. So there are 2 things which can tell you if they killed the enemy or got killed by them. Those 2 are the names in the kill feed and this little death icon over here. Therefore giving you an extra piece of information to plan your next move. Using desync. Remember I told you about a problem with the game that can actually be used in our favor. This is it. You can use movements to put desync in your favor. This is called Peeker's advantage and pro players use this a lot. Being the Peeker is always gonna give you an edge over the enemy who is waiting for you to get out of your cover. There's always a time delay for the moving animation to appear on enemy screen as this is an online FPS game and every player doesn't have the same quality of internet connection. Meaning you can always have an upper hand over your enemy if you slide peek. Jump peek. Or even prone peek out of the cover and get the initial shots on your enemy while they can't even see you. So, this desync delay or you can say latency between your screen and enemy's screen can be utilized in our favor. For example, pre-aiming and pre-firing every corner by slide peeking or jump peeking. Or you can do what I usually do, peek around a corner and if you spot someone, then peek them back by slide or jump peeking. Most of the times, they don't expect you to peek again. It's a bit playing with enemy's mind and will take some practice but is a great tactic. One question, when to slide and when to jump peek? Ideally, you should be jump peeking when the enemy is right around the corner and already shooting at you. Otherwise, use slide peeking as you will cover more distance while sliding. One bonus tip here is, use strafing. As we are moving towards the SMG meta, using strafing can be really beneficial in gunfights. Strafing is basically moving left to right back and forth continuously to avoid enemy shots and adjust your aim accordingly to hit yours. Be sure to practice it in public matches. Conclusion. I have been playing more aggressive recently after the QQ9 buff and so far I'm liking it. It's thrilling and help you learn about the game and adapt to it at a faster rate and in turn helps improve your reaction timings as a whole. The game has been more fun for me now since the meta was very stale earlier with everyone just using the 3-shot meta. As the meta change is inevitable at this point, it will be a good thing to start learning how to play aggressive as early as possible. And done, that's almost everything you need to know and practice in order to rush effectively and play the game at a faster pace. Let me know in the comments if you think I missed any point. I would love to get your perspective as well. Share the video around to help other players, as well as this channel. And that's it for this video. See you brawlers in the next one. Till then, stay safe and take care.
Contact with enemy.
Get up. Be advised, hostile sentry gun spotted. Tested.
Tango down.
Hardpoint identified.
Enemy down.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Enemy.